Hi, it's James Lindenschmidt. I'm the lead designer with GIK Acoustics, and we're here in Nashville today in a very typical home studio. Well, this is probably a very above average home studio, I'd say. What we're going to do today is we're going to document this room as an exercise in showing you what we need to help you make your studio sound better. So Zach, tell me some of the things that you notice in the room that you're working that are frustrating for you.
First, it's a new room. I just moved in. Okay. So I'm in the process of setting it all up.
Right.
This room is a multi-room. It is a writing room for co-writes with artists or with other writers. It's a tracking room for vocals or guitars or smaller instruments. And then it's a mixing room and production and mixing room for getting more into the production and then afterwards mixing.
There's carpeting on the floor, so it's not like super lively, and you do have some treatments in here already. So the mids and highs are doing pretty well. My guess is we're gonna find some issues with the bass response because there's no bass traps in here yet.
Yep.
That's gonna be a big thing that we're gonna do. And we'll talk about that because that's gonna be mostly a question of space, right? How much space can we use to fix this stuff? So what are some of your goals with the treatment? What are you looking for out of the process?
I want it to be a place where I can track without resonances. So it doesn't, like when I track a vocal, you don't hear the room too much.
Right.
And then mainly how it sounds when I'm mixing so that I get the accuracy that I'm looking for, so that I know that what I'm hearing is actually going to translate in the mixes that I'm putting out there. Another thing that is important to me is the environment. I like the studio to stay kind of bright and feel very easy. So I'm trying to keep it all very light, like the colors that I've chosen for the GIK acoustic panels that I already have are white, just because I wanted to keep it. There's really good lighting here. I don't know if you can tell, but it just feels good. It feels good, and I want it to continue feeling good.
All right, well, let's get started. We're gonna measure the room, and I'm gonna call out measurements to Mike, who is gonna work on getting the drawing together. So we have a starting point and a blank canvas. We can start with the design.
I'm gonna be taking the measurements that Zach and James come up with, and I'm gonna physically put them into our 3D modeling software, which is on the website called Roomle. If you've never done 3D drawing, it can be a little daunting. It's simpler than it might seem, but I'm gonna hopefully make this a little easier to understand. To start, before they do anything, and this is for anybody who's doing this, it's really best just to draw a box. It doesn't really matter what the dimensions of that box are, because we're gonna replace it with the correct dimensions sooner or later here. So we're gonna start with that, and then I will numerically add the dimensions as they give them to me.
All right, so we're gonna start with the width of the room. And if you take that and just hold it on the wall, let's see where we're at here. Pull it tight, roughly height. So Mike, we are at 143 inches.
195.
195, cool.
I took the numbers they gave me. When you click on any wall, you can numerically enter the wall length instead of trying to drag it to some precise location. You enter it and it changes the parallel walls to be the same size.
One problem with Roomle is that it doesn't deal with angled ceilings very well, and that's what we've got here. It's a beautiful ceiling, flat in the middle, and then angled down on the front and the rear. So what I'm gonna do, Mike, is give you the measurement right up to this corner. Cool? Okay. 93.
93, okay. And then how about to the flat ceiling next?
Yeah, we're at 124.
124, okay. A way of keeping it straight, because again, we can't depict these angled ceilings. What I did was make the room 124 inches tall, and then I'll put some kind of marker with maybe a piece of furniture or something at the 93 inches, just so I know where on the wall our top part is on these front and rear walls. That's the closest way to do it. The next thing I would want to measure is what they call the parapet, which most of us don't know that word, but it's the distance from the floor to the windowsill, because I can make that universally one height.
There you go, you can see the number yourself, right?
I do indeed, it's 25.5. Okay.
You want the window dimensions next, or?
Yeah, we can do windows next. I will, while you're getting ready, I'm gonna add a window.
Okay. Do you need the size of the window first or the distance from the corner first?
Let's start with the distance from the corner.
Okay. 41.
So I have the window in there and I'm just going to drag it so it's 41 inches from the corner as measured. I will need the size next because I would imagine both windows are the same size.
35 wide.
Duplicate. 35, and then what was the height?
59 height.
59. I'm going to do the next window. So now it's like, now that I have this window, I'm going to double check that it is in fact 41 inches from the corner, which it is not, it has moved. So I'm going to drag that back to 41 inches, and then I'm going to duplicate, hit this plus button. That duplicates the window.
I'll do from the corner.
Okay.
41.
41, okay, cool. So those are set, and then this one in the back, the one behind me, if you can give me, I mean, it's probably on center.
53 from the rear right corner.
53, okay, so I got 53. And don't worry about those little divisions at 53 and 7/16 and all that stuff. We don't need to be that precise. Okay, so I'm gonna add a door.
96.
96. And then the width.
One moment.
43, okay.
Then from the right rear corner, 88.
88. Oh, we have another window there, don't we?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. So
Yeah, so they're 35, yeah.
Okay.
Go with that.
And then the height, and of course the distance from the floor.
16 and a half.
16 and a half.
To the top of the sill, 67 and a half.
So 67 and a half inches.
From the floor.
Oh, that's right, we still need this door, don't we? Yep,
Yeah.
one more door. I have the door in there, but I don't have the dimensions correct, and I haven't made it white yet. So while you're going and getting that measurement,
28.
28. Okay.
Height is 81.
81.
And it's pretty much the door jams
Yeah,
butted
it's right up
into the
against
corner.
it. Yeah. Okay. So I have the basic model. You know, putting in furniture and the other treatments and everything is a much more complicated process and not something we're going to do right now. But at least we have the model, and we can, you know, kind of take it from there. So hopefully this explains the process of getting a room together in Roomle a little more clearly. Just know that if you can get it to this point, it's much easier for us to take it to the next level and start outfitting it, treating it the way we want it to be treated, and making it nice and clear for the customer.
All right, so we've got the model well underway, which is good. The other thing we like to get is photos of the space, because models don't always correspond to reality, right? So we want to have just a better idea of the look and the feel of the space as it actually is, as opposed to the virtual version of it. We don't need a bunch. You know, it's a good sized room, but we just need to have an idea of what it is. The model's going to give us the detail that we need, the measurements and all that kind of stuff. So all I like to do is just stand in the back corner with my trusty phone. Boom. The other thing in this room, because it's unusual, I want the ceiling. So I am going to take the shot of the ceiling as well, just to kind of show me the angle. So that's it. Just 6 pictures and a drawing. That's more than enough to get us started. And if we need more, we'll ask for it.